Sup guys, the name's Rena and welcome back to Seduce Me. So yesterday Michaela released the wedding episode and unfortunately I wasn't able to record it in time for Valentine's Day, but I'm here now and I'm so happy we finally get to marry our incubae. Okay, so here's the thing I'm gonna do. I don't have a lot of time, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to. I believe all the guys are in this episode. So, of course we have to choose one. So the one of course you all know who my favorite is. I'm going to be doing only Erik, since I do not have a lot of time. But remember, if you want to get the game yourself, in the description, I have the link. You can play it for yourself. I will definitely play the other boys, but on my own time. I'm sorry you won't get to see my reaction, but you'll get to see my reaction for Erik because I love him so much. He's famous. I love Sam too, but it's like Erik is like top notch. I love him so much. So I'm gonna just do Erik's marriage, wedding. Bleh. I almost forgot the word wedding for a second. Alright, sorry again to those who are expecting the other incubaes, but I know that Husbando Goddess has played Matthew's own, so you can watch her play it. And Madam Sharky has most likely played James's wedding. I haven't watched the entire thing, but I know Husbando Goddess loves Matthew, so I'm pretty sure she only did Matthew. And of course, Madam Sharky most likely did James, but I have no idea if she did all of them. I'm just going to do Erik because I'm actually running out of time. So you know what? Let's just get this thing started. The venue was set. The preparations were complete. The day had finally arrived. Was this really happening? I felt elation run through my entire body at the thought. I had waited for this day for years, and yet my mind still couldn't believe it. I had to keep telling myself, yes, this is happening. You're not dreaming. Sign your wedding document. Alright, I'm gonna do Rena as per usual. I am a bride. I was going to marry Erik! As thoughts of Erik flooded my mind, I could not help but smile. Erik made me feel like a royal in my own right. He was happy to dedicate his life to me, as I was determined to dedicate mine to him. Aww, this is so cute. I also like how Michaela put the options of you're either a bride or a groom. That's really thoughtful, honestly, because you could be gay and marry one of the incubaes, and they don't care. My charming incubus would be my husband at the end of the day. Ah, Erik, sweetie, yes. I stood in my waiting room, staring at my reflection in the mirror. I couldn't take my eyes off of myself. Was I imagining myself standing here? Did I die in the demon world and was now seeing a dream instead? No. There I stood, elegantly wrapped in a beautiful wedding gown. It was the dress of my dreams, with a veil flowing elegantly behind me. I was regal, and I felt joy in every fiber of my being just looking in the mirror. Diana's flower, still as healthy and magnificent as it had been the night I'd received it, adorned my head and sat gracefully in the crook of my ear. Oh yay, we're wearing Diana's flower! That's really, really cute. I felt my body quiver in anticipation. My soul couldn't make up its mind on how to feel. I was ecstatic, joyful, scared. Every emotion I knew of hit me all at once, and I wasn't sure how to handle myself. I was going to walk down the aisle and see the man of my dreams at the end. All at once, every thought of today began to collide in my head. Everyone was so supportive of me and my marriage that it shook me to the core. Naomi had made us a custom wedding cake, determined to give us the best celebration with her cooking skills. Yay, Naomi! Suzu had organized the reception, and her family, as powerful as they were, ensured the security and safety of all the guests. Yay, Suzu! My mom helped deliver invitations and guided my pre-wedding party, unable to stop herself from crying at the thought of her child being married. Aw, love you too, Mom! My dad even designed and dedicated a line of toys from Anderson Toys in celebration. Oh, that's sweet of him. It was a doll line focused around the theme of marriage and happiness, with me and my husband as the focused figures. I knew he wasn't a man of many kind words, but I knew he poured his heart into it as proof of his joy for me. That's really sweet. I approve of the dad. I even recall dreams of my grandfather smiling at me, silently giving me his blessing and letting me know how proud he was to see me here. How I wished for him to stand with my family still, despite knowing he watched over me from heaven. I felt myself shake and begin to cry. Everyone was so proud of me. I could predict my legs giving out. And they did. Thank God I was alone. I collapsed onto the floor, holding my hand over my mouth as delighted and overwhelmed burbles escaped past my lips. This was happening. I had waited for so long. Oh! I couldn't control the rush of emotions pounding through me like a storm. My body was overthrown by my mental chaos, and I had begun to break down. Was I capable of doing this? Was I strong enough? Yes, you are, girl! You're very strong! Yes. Yes, I was. Thinking back on it, I was strong enough to push through every obstacle in my path. I fought off a devil, stood my ground against a succubus. I had even gone to the demon world and escaped its world war to see this day come. My life had moved me forward to this very moment, and I was a mess inside. Please don't wake me up if this is a dream.
It's not a dream, sweetie.
Diana! That voice. I looked up into the mirror and gasped, tears escaping me again as my eyes locked onto a familiar face in the reflection. Diana?
What are you doing on the floor? Pick yourself up. I know you can stand.
I frantically stood, obeying her request as I stared dumbfounded at her image. But aren't you? Diana chuckled, silencing me. She looked powerful and regal in the mirror, bathed in an almost godlike light. Yay!
I'm the queen of the demon world, my dear. I have my ways for communicating with you.
Yeah, she is. Diana. My heart began to squeeze tightly in my chest. How I wished for her to physically be here to see my wedding. Oh, me too, man. I really wish Diana was here.
I'll be watching, I promise. I've secretly waited for this day too.
Aww. I watched as Diana lifted her hand and caressed the air in front of her with the back of her hand. To my surprise, I felt a slight breeze brush against my cheek in tandem, wiping it of my tears. Diana smiled and lowered her hand, stepping forward towards me.
May you be happy, and may fortune stand with you forever.
Thank you, Diana. At last, Diana leaned forward and kissed the air softly. I felt a soft, airy pressure on my forehead, causing more tears to run down my cheeks, and my heart to squeeze in joy at the action. Slowly, she faded away from the mirror, leaving me to face my reflection. My face was red, and I could hear my heart beating loudly from the emotions rushing through me. I was getting married, and the world was waiting for me. I took in a deep breath and let out a sigh, slowly but surely calming the nerves dancing along my spirit. As a small knock echoed from my door, I could feel my nerves attempting to kick up once again, but I closed my eyes and calmed them down with another breath. I was ready. I was going to obtain my happy end. Yeah! The hall was full of people. Many I knew and many I didn't. I stood at the doorway leading into the space and stared at the door in front of me, imagining everyone waiting for me. My parents, my friends, the incubae, my husband-to-be. The second the doors opened would be the second my walk towards my future began. I was no longer going to be alone. I would have him standing by me, as I would stand by him, through anything the universe threw at us. The doors opened at last, and I took in the beautiful sight of the wedding hall at last. Everyone stood and watched as I slowly made my way down the aisle. Music began to fill the air and my march, and gazes followed with each step I made forward. My heart began to pound in my chest. I began to imagine everyone hearing it as loud and powerful as it was. Still, I continued on. I would not stop walking until I reached the end. My gaze, however, locked itself onto my husband to be, "Hi, Erik." He stared in awe at my approach, lost in his own thoughts. What was on his mind? Hey, Erik! Oh my god! My heart's going doki doki. Ah. I could see Erik gasp silently. His visible eye brightened at and his face turned slightly pink. Aw, I know I look beautiful. As I smiled at him, Erik slowly smiled back, letting joy paint his expression, despite the blush over his cheeks. Stepping up to the end of the aisle, Erik gently extended his hand out to me, and I took it in kind. A few more steps, and I finally stood beside him. We were lucky. Kay, the owner of the Pink Lady Cafe and a dear friend, was licensed to officiate the wedding. Yes! Kay, my girl! Yes. So she took it on herself to do so without a fee of any kind. According to her, this was something she desperately wanted to do for us as our wedding gift. I was very thankful to have her be part of my next chapter. Kay gestured for everyone behind us to sit down in the pews, clearing her throat slightly and bringing up a microphone to her lips, beginning the ceremony.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to join these two beautiful souls in matrimony. They have supported and loved each other and have chosen to continue doing so for the rest of their lives.
Hell yeah! Standing beside Erik made my heart flutter in joy. I could feel our hearts synchronizing in time, and our breaths slowly matched up in equal excitement. Staring into his eyes, I became lost in my thoughts as I listened.
It is said that love is a story all on its own. Affection gives us the rising action. Our dreams give us our purpose, and we experience a world we've never imagined exploring. The best thing is, we don't have to explore it alone. This moment right now is a chapter of that story, and you have many things left to write together.
I smiled. She was right. This wasn't an ending by any means. This was the beginning of our life together. A life Erik and I would share and write for as long as we lived. As he smiled back, I knew he agreed.
And now my favorite part. We would now like to take this time to exchange the wedding vows.
Yay! Kay gestured to me, ushering me to softly clear my throat and begin. I had so many things to say to this man. I hadn't known where to begin when I first tried to write up my vow. However, after months of hoping and thinking, I finally knew what to say. Erik, you and I have been through so much. You have supported me ever since we met, and our love has broken through every obstacle in our path. I cannot dream of a life without you in it. You make me happy, happier than I could ever dream of being. It was like you were sent to me as a miracle. Erik could only smile and listen, but I could almost hear his heartbeat wildly for me at my words, with small bubbles of tears forming at the corner of his eyes. Oh, sweetie! Oh, I would do the same though. I continued. I want to keep going through life with you as your one and only. You are my best friend, my love, my world. With you, we can reach the skies and sail forever. Just you and me. I love you. Oh, Kay bit her lip, obviously holding back tears, before nodding at my conclusion and turning to Erik.
And now, your vow. Go ahead.
Oh, this is gonna be so cute. Probably cheesy, but cute. Erik smiled and held my hands close, letting his gaze melt into my eyes as he spoke at last.
You are my sweet and wonderful one and only. Every day that I get to be with you is a day I will forever cherish. and hold close. You know me better than anyone else in this world, and I know that we will thrive together for the rest of our lives.
Oh. I slowly begin to cry. Yeah, I would too, honestly. Eric's words melted into my heart, and I could see the love glowing in his eyes, his smile. I was truly in love.
I promise to love you and cherish you for as long as we live, and to spend the rest of my life giving you the happiness you deserve as your husband.
Aww! Just from staring into Eric's eyes, I could tell that our heartbeats and breaths were matched perfectly in time. There was nothing in the universe that could stop us from being happy, and this moment was picture perfect. I freely let myself cry as I smiled. He did the same for me, holding my hands lovingly.
You both just made my job easier with these vows. Ooh, so let's put on those rings.
Yes, the rings! Kay quickly turned back to the table behind her and presented us with my ring first. With glowing pride and slight nervous quivering in his hands, Eric gingerly took the ring and began to slide it up my ring finger.
Please repeat after me. With this ring, I give all of myself to you. I will protect you and be with you no matter what, until time stands still.
As quick as her statements came, images of our adventures and struggles passed through my mind. We had fought a devil, foiled a succubus, and stopped a world war together. And her story was far from over.
With this ring, I give all of myself to you. I will protect you and be with you no matter what, until time stands still.
As the ring finally crested on my finger, I couldn't help but wiggle it in glee atop Eric's hand, making him chuckle a bit at the feel. The band shimmered on my hand in the churchlight, almost entrancing me.
Excellent! Now, it's your turn.
Kay slowly held out the second ring for me to take. This was my moment. I quickly took the ring in excitement and began to ease it up Eric's finger. With this ring, I give all of myself to you. I will protect you and be with you no matter what until time stands still. In that moment, when the ring reached its destination, I could feel the world stop around us. Something in the air felt warm and bright. It was like everything had become right in the universe, and I was able to see a future full of opportunity and bliss. I became so lost that I barely acknowledged that the ceremony was finally coming to a close, one that I had been waiting for.
All right, awesome, alrighty then! By the power vested in me in front of your beloved friends and family, it is my honor and privilege to pronounce you two united in perfect matrimony. Let the moon shake tonight!
Oh my god, Kay! At last. Ah! He's so beautiful though! Eric smiled happily at me, a genuine smile of his true self. Seeing it made my heart flutter. He had happily given his entire life to me, and I would hold him close forever.
Now hurry up and kiss already. You know you wanna. We want you to as well.
Alright, Kay, alright, I know. She did not have to tell me twice. With a thankful grin and a euphoric heart, I took Eric into my arms and kissed him with every ounce of love I could muster. Fireworks went off in my head, and I could feel the world around me close, leaving only Eric and me, a peaceful space all on our own. Our kiss marked the beginning of a new life together, and I was happy that the next chapter would begin on my terms. I had a feeling that no more problems would come our way, and even if they somehow did, we would have the power to get over them. If our meeting didn't prove that, then our struggles and victories would. The cameras and cheers would mark our memories in time. The bands we wore would leave their permanence on our skins. Blech, I can't read anymore. And we would fly as high as our love could take us. Truly, this was my... No, it wasn't just mine. This was our happily ever after. The end. Ah! That's so cute. That was so beautiful. Oh my god, I may have shed a tear or two. Oh man. That was the wedding episode, guys. The Seduce Me wedding episode. Like I said in the beginning, I'm only going to do Eric's. I only said I was going to do Eric's wedding because I do not have the time to do the others. So I will do the others on my own time. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. You wanted to see my reactions for the other boys, but I just don't have the time, you know? And plus, it's after Valentine's. I might as well just, you know. I hope you enjoy my slight fangirling of Eric. And, yeah, there should be a couple more Seduce Me episodes to be released, and then that's pretty much it for the Seduce Me series, unless Michaela makes more episodes. Alright, sorry to disappoint that I won't be doing the other boys. I just don't have the time to actually record and do the other boys, so I'll be doing it on my own time. Sadly. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys like to see more of my videos, then click subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.